In case you didn't know, FSR 2.0 was released for God of War last week, so we thought we'd have a look on Steam Deck to see how much of a difference FSR 2.0 made with quality and performance mode. As you can see here, the FSR 2 definitely makes a difference, but performance mode definitely takes a huge hit on those graphics front. So we're going to briefly look at it here, but we'll concentrate more on the quality versus standard mode going forwards, because as we freeze frame here, we really see some artifacting and pixelation here on the performance mode. So it also doesn't give a huge gain on the FPS over quality. So we'll discount the performance mode moving forwards and look a bit more closely at the quality mode. So here we have the FSR 2.0 quality versus the standard high settings on the left here. And we can see that the high quality settings definitely makes a difference. With no FSR, we do get quite a lot of stutter. However, it does feel quite smooth, with the frame time sticking around the 30 mark. With the quality FSR mode on 2.0, the frame time does jump up considerably, and the frame time does seem to be all over the place and does not hold a steady frames per second. This was quite surprising, as FSR 2.0 has been quite reliable on other games, making great performance benefits. So how is it in the combat? Well, it does seem to stabilize the more you use it. However, the drop on high quality settings with that FSR 2 mode is not hugely noticeable over the non-standard. There is an exception to this, which I'll come on to in a minute. Although it does make it slightly more stable, there are quite big spikes on FSR and non-FSR mode. As we go full screen with the no FSR, again you can see that frames per second bounces between 30 and 35 roughly, and the frame time does stick between 25 and 30 milliseconds, and that stabilization does bounce around somewhat with some big spikes here and there, but overall it does look exceptionally good on Steam Deck. Now as we move over to the FSR 2.0 version, you'll see that these frames per second only go up slightly around 5 frames per second, although the frame time does come down a little bit. We don't see as many of those spikes, especially in the combat scenarios, and we do actually get up into the 40s depending on the environment, and even into the low 50s occasionally. So FSR 2 mode in most circumstances does make a good difference here. So there is a caveat to this which can make it 100 times better. If you turn VSync on with FSR 2 quality and the original graphics settings, and then cap your refresh rate at 40 Hz, this becomes super stable with around a 20 millisecond frame time and a super stable 40 frames per second in all scenarios. So you don't get that huge jitter, you don't get big spikes here and there, it just holds 40 frames per second absolutely solid. So I will recommend using FSR 2 with the original graphics settings and capping your refresh rate at 40 if you want to hold super stable. Otherwise, I would cap it at 50 to give a little bit higher to that 60 frames per second. You can get 60 frames per second using that method and using the performance settings, but the quality hit on the graphics is just a bit too much for my liking. And quality and original settings is definitely the best way to play on Steam Deck. Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we will see you next time.